Hello, 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 hello. Hey, welcome to another Ask Me Anything stream. And I'm in my red jumper. This red jumper. I'm sure it's going to become a family heirloom. You know, I took it off my husband before we got married. So that was like a good almost 19 years ago. Basically, he wasn't allowed to wear it anymore because I thought he was wearing it way too much. And so now I wear it when it's my stay-at-home jumper. Ultimately, having just come back from walking my girls, sounds like walking pets, walking the princesses, we decided that because all of their activities in the evenings and things have been shut down, their brownies and guides and all the stuff that they used to do. So it's like, okay, so we take ourselves out for a walk now, just kind of get ourselves out of the house. So I came back and decided to get into my stay-at-home clothes and then come and have a chat with you. Okay? So, I'm Rosemary, Nonny. I'm the Prosperity Minister, and I support you in leaving behind the limiting stories and the pain of the past and help you to uncover your true design and to rise victorious in your free, fulfilled, financially abundant, and love-drenched life. Now, that can happen through programs, that can happen by working with me directly, that can happen with working with me in the Deliberate Millionaire Assembly. There's all kinds of different things that we do together in this community. I believe that it is your divine right to live a life of peace and plenty. And I want to do whatever I can to support you in actually achieving that in your lifetime if you are willing. If you are willing, I always like to add if you are willing because lots of people claim to be willing. But then when they're asked to do anything, they just want to keep doing the same stuff over and over again and wonder why they keep getting the same or worse results. I hope that's not you. We are spirit-driven souls in this community, and we lean into the divine. Talked about this yesterday, but today's question, let's get straight there. Today's question, say hello as you come on board, is why do I feel that even after doing my best, it is not good enough? Why do I feel that after doing my best, it is still not good enough? A lot of people will probably feel that way. But before we get into talking about the answer to that question or my answer to that question, you can ask me anything. I'm going to give you my opinion. And we're going to sing the affirmation. And the affirmation for this week, or at least for this period of time, is I am creating success on my own terms. I am fulfilled and free. I live true to myself. One of the biggest regrets of people who are dying is that they never lived true to themselves. They kept doing what others expect of them. I would love us in this community to be those who do life according to our own design. Anyway, the affirmation to carry on is, what's the rest of it? I remember who I am powerful, I am capable, I live true to myself. Let that be your decree. Let that be your affirmation. Let's go forward. Okay, let's sing it. I am creating success on my own terms. I am fulfilled and free. I live true to myself. I remember who I am. I am powerful. I am capable. I remember who I am. I live true to myself. Okay, I got cut off, but I'm back. Where was I? I am creating success on my own terms. I am fulfilled and free. I live true to myself. I remember who I am. I am powerful. I am capable. I remember who I am. I live true to myself. True to myself. And I guess the whole idea of living true to yourself comes into play in this question. Why do I feel that even after doing my best, it is not good enough? Who are you living true to? Good enough for who? Good enough for who? Who is it that you're trying to impress? Who is it that you think you need their approval of? And sometimes it's not even a conscious somebody. There's not some physical person. Sometimes there is a very physical person telling you that you are not quite good enough or giving you the impression that you're not quite good enough. But sometimes it's just a track that is playing inside of your mind that you haven't done the work to clear. You haven't done the work to clear it, and so it continues to impact you. It continues to keep you chasing after something that you can never reach because you don't even know where it is that you're trying to get to. You have this voice or this track or whatever you want to call it inside of you that says you are not enough. You are not enough. And one of the affirmations that we've definitely even sung in this community recently is I am loved, I am enough, I am worthy, and I deserve the best. And in fact, in the Deliberate Millionaire Assembly right now, that is actually the affirmation that we're focusing in on, because if you don't feel enough inside of you, if you don't feel enough inside of you, it doesn't matter what anybody's saying. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter how hard you work. You'll just keep pushing yourself harder and harder and harder and still not getting where you want to go. Still not feeling as if you're accomplishing anything. But then, unfortunately, because you don't feel good enough, you don't feel worthy, you get yourself into crazy situations that really do not support you. And that can then confirm to you that you are not good enough, that you are not enough, and etc., etc., etc. Guys, when I talk about the fact that we need to do the internal work, it is serious. We do need to do the internal work. Or else you just end up chasing, it's like a rabbit, I don't know, a dog chasing a rabbit with a rabbit in front of it and it can never quite reach it. And that will be your life if you don't choose to internally look within and figure out, why do I feel the way that I feel? Where did this start from? And in some ways, does it matter where it started from? No. The moment you notice that it's there, it's time to start doing the work to clear it. So why do you feel that? It's because inside of you, for whatever reason, you've bought into the lie that you're not enough. The truth of the matter is you are enough. You're created in the image and likeness of the divine. You are enough. One of the simplest things you can do is lean into the divine and ask him to clear all of this nonsense away from you. That is one of the simplest things to do, and you can start to do that now. And then you start to check in with yourself. Am I acting from this place of feeling that I am not enough and I'm not worthy? Or am I acting from a place of love and with my vision clear in front of my eyes, and I'm going to just act towards it? Because you can do the same thing from a different foundation, from one foundation of fear and not feeling good enough, and one foundation of knowing that you are good enough and you're going to move forward anyway, and the results will be completely different. Which is why sometimes you can see that some people seem to have it easier than you. Some people seem to be so lucky all the time, but actually, even though they seem to do less than you, or even though they seem to do the same as you, they seem to get better results than you. And it's all because of the energy from which they're coming from, the foundation that they're coming from. If they have some people do not have that, well, they don't have it as bad as you do, the feeling of not being enough. And so when they take action, they come from a more powerful place. So even if it looks exactly the same as the action you are taking, they get better results than you do, because we like to think that everything that happens is just predictable and completely based on the physical actions that we're taking. It's not true. And some of y'all in business, you know that some of y'all are working harder than the ones that are making millions, and you're not making millions yet. And it's because of the energy that you're coming from. It's because of what you believe about yourself, the stuff that you're probably not looking at whilst you go and look for another tip and trick and strategy to get better. And this applies to all areas of life. Some of y'all in your companies, when you're in your careers, in your jobs, other people seem to get promoted and you seem to work harder than they do. Again, it comes down to what energy are you coming from. If you're coming from a place of feeling that you are not enough and you're not worthy and you're not blah, 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 that is the impression that the people that are going to promote you and give you more money, that is the impression they're getting too. And so therefore, it's because you created it. I love you, honeys, but we are powerful, we are capable, we are powerful creators. We're created in the image and likeness of the divine. We have that power to create within us. If you don't clear that energy, it will continue to dog you. It will continue to dog you. Whatever you do, it'll feel as if you have to work harder than everybody else. You'll always get what you expect as well, because then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, doesn't it? You have that idea inside of you, planted there by maybe a parent, maybe whatever, but you didn't take the time to clear it. When you became an adult, you decided to go along with it. So you did make a choice to go along with it, okay? And we have to take full responsibility for this stuff, okay? Because that's the only way we're going to get rid of it. You can blame your parents all you like, but if you don't do something about it, it makes no difference. It's your life. Your life. At this point, it's your life. When you were 2, it was your parents' responsibility for sure, but you're not 2 anymore. At this point, we have to get to the place where we start taking responsibility for where we're at in life. Everything showing up in your life is something you've created. You know, even if it feels as if, yeah, it's not my fault, it doesn't even matter. You thinking that way makes you a victim. When you think like a victim, you don't win. Victims never win. Never win. They never win. So there's absolutely no point thinking it's somebody else's fault. Even if it is. Even if it is, it doesn't matter, because this is your life. So if you don't feel enough, it's time to start figuring out, why don't I feel enough? I am literally one with the divine. What is there not to feel enough about? I am enough. And then you have to retrain yourself to believe that you are enough. And then to come from that energy of, I am enough, actually. I am very much enough. And when you start to do that, even though you may still take the same exact action, the results will be different because you're coming from a different place. You're coming from a different place. You will feel better yourself. Is this about to kick me off again? Some lights came on my phone again. But, you know, you will feel better. You will feel better. So peace, inner peace will increase. And then you'll start getting a better harvest out of the actions that you're taking. So then you have plenty. So I talk about the deliberate millionaire path to peace and plenty. It is your divine right to be in peace and to be plenty, regardless of what's happening around in the world. None of that out there is your source. You really need to know that, especially in these days of all kinds of craziness happening, okay? And I'm not really one to propagate all of that, so I don't really talk about it too much, because really I want us to keep our minds focused on where we're going, because it doesn't matter what's happening in the world. You're still going where you're going, okay? You're still going where you're going if you have your vision clear in your mind. And if you don't, listen to the video I did yesterday and start getting it clear in your mind, loves, okay? Okay, so why do I feel even after doing my best it's not good enough? Just because you're believing a lie. It's time to shift that lie. Take it to the divine, ask for him to shift it for you. If you don't know how to do it yourself, which you know what, even when you know how to do it yourself, that is the most effective way to do it. And then start to come from a place of, I am enough. Of course I'm enough. Just because I'm alive, I'm enough. I have nothing to prove. I am enough. Nobody needs to approve of me. Nobody needs to approve of my plans for me to continue moving forward. And I know that's not the way the world tells us. We're supposed to go and check with this person, check with that person, be sure that everybody likes it first before you do anything. That's a recipe for going to the grave having not accomplished anything. Okay? So I would suggest, I'm not saying that you have to be some kind of island and never listen to anybody. And that's not what I'm saying. Yeah, you can listen to people's opinions if you want to, but then you need to have the courage to stand by your conviction if it continues to make sense to you, even if it makes sense to somebody else. You know, nobody does anything significant just because they went along with what the crowd was telling them. Okay? Okay, so that's it. That's it. You are enough. The truth of the matter is you're enough. Anything that tells you that you're not enough is a lie. The divine is not telling you you're not enough. Okay, regardless of what some people that say they represent the divine might tell you, it's not true. It's not true. You are created enough. You were created and you were good. You were created good. You were created worthy. You are loved. You simply need to believe it yourself. When you believe it yourself, then everything starts to open up for you. Okay? So that is it. As I said in our affirmation this week, I am creating success on my own terms. We need to take that seriously. Create a life, a prosperous life on your own terms. So you're not waiting for somebody else to tell you that you've now done enough, that you're now worthy enough, that you're now good enough. It's not up to anybody else to tell you. It is up to you to finally decide, I am enough. I am freaking enough. And anybody that tells me otherwise is not to be listened to anyway. And if it's inside of me, you know what? I'll love myself to healing. I will heal myself with my own love. If I am telling myself that I'm not enough, I am going to look myself in the mirror and say, you know what? No, I am enough. I am enough. I love me. I don't know where I picked up this lie from, but I don't want it anymore. I am enough. Okay, so that is my answer to that particular question. Okay, it's not as specific as it could be, so I can't give you more specific anything than that. Guys, as always, if you, especially in these days, I know that you guys could do with encouragement, you could do with empowerment. So ask questions. There's going to be later on a post that says "Ask me anything." Put your questions in there, and I'll definitely get through to them as quickly as I can, because I want to make sure that there's a blanket of support available to you on this page. On my emails, if you're in my emails, you know that I'm always in your inbox telling you something, basically. So, you know, my goal here is to empower as many of you as possible. And of course, some of you are going to make the decision to come work closer with me. And I would highly suggest that you do. And your first step would be the Abundance Library, okay? The Abundance Library is where you get access to all of my programs, everything that I've created that, you know, people have paid for. You get access to all of it at a very crazy discount. Really, oh my gosh, it is crazy. I've made it that way because I do want to reach as many people as possible. Some of y'all, all of you are immersed in negativity, because that's the world we live in, okay? You're immersed in negativity. You come into the Abundance Library, you immerse yourself for 30 days in new ideas, in new training, new ways of thinking. You will see your life begin to change, and all you need to do is listen to them. Just listen to something every single day. That's all I'm asking from you, because it will start to turn the tide of what you're being immersed in right now. Right now, there's a heck of a lot of fear around. There's a lot of, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? You know, and I get it. You know, like in my house, I wasn't even sure I wanted to say this, but you know, I have two princesses who, it could be bad if they caught this thing. But you know what? I refuse to allow that to influence what I do or don't do. I refuse to allow fear to be the thing that determines my next move. So I don't even want to say that out loud, because I don't want any of you carrying that in your mind at all. What I choose to focus on is love. What I choose to focus on is, yeah, you know what? The divine is my source. He will, you know, as we stay connected, it'll all be fine. It will all work out for my good. And so you can look at me and sometimes think, oh, it's because everything is fine for you. No, I make a decision to be in a place of peace. I decide to be in a place of peace. The things outside there are not allowed to decide for me. And yes, there are times when I get a little bit shaken, a little bit, oh my gosh, and I have a coach for that. But I also have a Rosemary, lean into the divine. Lean into the divine right now. Lean into the divine and keep leaning until you feel peace. So I get it, guys. But I would ask you to not allow your mind to be shaken. Keep the vision in front of you. What is it that you want to create with your life? Keep moving towards that to the best of your abilities. You can't control everything happening around you, but you can control what energy you're coming from. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that for now. If you do want to find out more about the Abundance Library, because I know one of the things that has helped me is that I do immerse myself in mentors trainings and all of that. I keep my mind yeah, you know, disciplined. That's the way I can say it. I refuse to allow it to just go any old place. Sometimes it does. I'm human, you know, but then I'm pulling it back. The Abundance Library will help you pull it back. Okay, so message me the word abundance if you are ready to actually take responsibility for where your mind is going. If you're ready to take responsibility for being the leader who lives your vision. Message me the word abundance. I will get the details over to you. You can go and join in and start your 30-day immersion. In 30 days, everybody else will be crazy. You could be in a completely elevated place simply because you made the decision to immerse your mind in elevated ways of thinking. Okay? Message me the word abundance. I'll get the link over to you. And the next other thing is tag somebody else in. There's a heck of a lot of fear out there. Please tag people in so that they get exposed or immersed in more positivity than just all the, oh my gosh, the sky is falling type stuff. Okay? Okay then, my loves. Such a pleasure to serve you as always. Until the next time, ask your questions, share this with somebody else, and message me the word abundance if you'd like to find out more about the library. Much love. Share, 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 share. Much amazing love. Go forth and prosper. Bye.